Welcome to CP101. We haven't done a whole lot of work to the Starfury. I've been sick. In fact, I'm still sick. I was supposed to go to the doctor's a couple days ago, but the doctor called me up and canceled it. I guess he was sick himself or something. I don't know. But anyway, I go next week. This head cold has really been messing with me, and it's worse because I have the treatment that I get for my cancer is immunotherapy, so it already messes with your immune system to get it to help you fight the cancer. So when I get a head cold, it really screws me up, which is why most cancer patients are really careful about getting sick. It's not a good thing for us. So anyway, I haven't really felt like doing a whole lot. But we did get some work done on the Starfury. I think I don't remember, last update was a while ago, and I think I had it painted. I started to get the decals on it. We're doing Ivanova's Starfury, and I got her emblem on it and one of the Babylon 5 emblems. I got some more decals I got to put on this. There's some paneling decals and little markings and stuff I have to put on it, and still got a lot of decaling to do on this yet, but I got some of the weathering on it. I still haven't put the veins on yet. I'm going to do that last, but the weathering I went with is kind of a smudgy, dirty kind of weathering. I didn't feel that the weathering they show on the box art is kind of a streaky look, and I'm thinking, well, how can you have streaky kind of weathering when it's a ship out in space with no air? So it's not going to create a streaking pattern. So I went with more of a smudgy kind of pattern, which I think is a little bit more realistic for a ship that's met in outer space. I was sitting here thinking when I was putting the decals on, I don't recall any episode where these things actually went into an atmosphere. I think they were strictly space fighters. So anyway, I kind of like the smudgy look a little bit better than that streaky kind of look. Now the nozzles in the back are heavily discolored, and the nozzles in the front I didn't discolor as much, because these nozzles in the back, if it was a real ship, I would think would be used more than the front ones. The front ones are used for maneuvering and slowing down, and the little small maneuvering ones I did some light weathering on. Most of the heavy weathering I did on the rear nozzles for the engines. So we've got those done, and it's all with pastel chalks and some mascara, or not mascara, some what the hell they call that, eyeshadow. A lot of the silver eyeshadow I used on this, and a little bit of the black, but mostly the silver, and then of course the black chalk and gray chalk, and I used a little bit of clay color chalk back here to add some color to the nozzles, so they look a little bit more burnt, I guess. Ivanova's insignia here, it didn't go on too bad. It's a bit on the yellow side, so I had to go back and paint in the yellowness that was on the decal film. It came off the paper just fine. They didn't fall apart. They held together. The Babylon 5 emblem here I just put on, so I can't touch it yet because I have a coat of Solvaset, because these decals are pretty thick. That's what probably helped me get it off the paper and not break up. The fact that these decals are thick. So I put a lot of Solvaset on this one, and then next day I came back and went over it, some of the decal film with the steel gray, and then I went over it again to dull it down, to kind of fade it a little bit with some gray chalk and some black chalk to get it not looking so new. And then when it's all said and done, we'll dull coat that to knock some of that sheen off of it. So, but that's there we go. That's the decal. And as I said, this one I can't touch yet. I'll let the solvent sit, eat away at that, and then I will dull that one down too, and not get it so clean looking. But I got some more to put on, or some decals that go up here. I got a whole bunch of little paneling decals, a little detailing, little markings, I guess, not paneling, but markings for the panels that are on here. So we got to put all of them on yet. So anyway, that's Revell Starfury on the back here. I just took some ink, dark tone ink, and just kind of washed it with dark tone ink, and then I went over the raised areas with the eyeshadow, the silver eyeshadow, and same with the vents for the guns here, the lower guns. I went over them with ink and chalk, and then back here with ink and chalk to bring out some of the cooling details there. So that's where we're at. We finally got the canopy on it, and we got the instrument panel on it, so that's on there. As you can see, there's a little gap here between the top of the canopy and the body of the fuselage. So I wanted to cover that up, and I used Vallejo acrylic putty here to cover that gap, and wait for it to dry. Once it dries, I'll touch it up with the craft paint and seal that up so we don't have that gap. So I'm just waiting for that to dry. I was going to use the ball for the base here to tilt this, but I kind of like it. Kind of like it on its own. It already has a bit of a tilt to it, so I might just forgo the ball for the socket part, which is right here. Just might forgo this and just put the only use the collar. The collar's been glued into the Starfury using Gorilla super glue, so I might just leave it like that. And of course we got the wires down here. We'll have to all hook up to a power supply and the switch. I might have to get a switch from Jerry. I like to get a I don't know if I have any push button switches. I might have one or two left. If I have a push button switch, I'll install the push button switch, and then get the Starfury wired up and ready to go. I'm just separating wires here. These are for the engines, and this one's for the interior of the cockpit. So, but that's like I said, that's where I'm at on the Starfury, and as I said, I haven't got a whole lot of work done to it, but it's getting there. Once I get to feeling a little better, then I'll get back to working on it and get this thing finished up, get the vanes on it, and go from there. So that's it on the Starfury. I don't have anything else. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. So alright guys, take care. We'll see you in the next update.